us to the Tar Heel state of North Carolina, where the spirit of the late Sam Mills lives on with the pounding of the drum as we're ready for football at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Cleveland Browns and the Carolina Panthers. So glad to have you with us. Mike Tirico next to Greg Olson here in the booth. Off we go from Bank of America Stadium. We get on the return. Return up near the 30-yard line, but that penalty marker could impact the spot. Let's get the call. Now, Dowdle. And he'll take it for 4 yards on the game's first play. From the 21, here's 2nd and 6. In motion comes the tight end, Evans. On the ground, it's Dowdle. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down.
It's not enough. You solid left, but it's not enough. You better release them, but it's not enough. Say you bigger than myself, but it's not enough. I get on it. Somebody got it going.
Back to throw. He's got a man. That's McMillan. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. 15-yard pickup there. It's a Carolina 1st down.
So, Mike, at the core of a successful zone read play is that the quarterback understands which defender is he responsible for. That is the defender they're trying to put in a bind. In this case, he chooses the runner. The quarterback pulls the ball, and he's able to take off for a big gain.
And he'll try to drive forward. Not a bad gain in these conditions. We'll give him about 5 yards. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 4. Here's a carry for Dowdle. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
I'm not sure if there's anything more enjoyable for a football player than playing a game in the snow. It's something for us to keep in mind throughout the rest of the day is typically the advantage is in the favor of the offense. You know where you're going. You know where the cuts are going to come. The defense has to react to you. Can they find a way to take advantage?
To the right side, he finds McMillan. 2nd time they've connected on this drive. 19 yards out of this one.
So we heard about this budding connection all the way back in training camp in the summer. So it's nice to see those reps starting to translate on game day. And I think these two might have a really bright future together. And the more plays they make, the more we're going to see that confidence grow.
They'll run with Dowdle. It takes a little bit of snow to make things slippery out here. He'll get forward for only a yard. An injured player on the field. That is Myles Garrett being tended to. They cannot lose him. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll put a receiver in motion right. They'll look to throw. Here's a screen coming for Dowdle. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Leggett in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Good snap. Good hold. Good kick. And the Panthers will take a 3-0 lead.
I think apart from the wind, when you talk about kicking in the elements, Mike, I think the snow has to be the kicker's worst nightmare. It's just so hard to have the confidence that when you stick that plant foot, it's not going to give way. So give credit. That was really well done.
He'll start at the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They're led out by the son of the Hall of Famer. Out of Colorado, Deion's son, Shedeur Sanders.
You hear people talk about it all the time, and it's especially true, Mike, for young rookie quarterbacks, is just the speed of the game. They had a lot of success in college. They were probably the best player on their team, but just everything is faster. Everything happens with a little more urgency. The quarterbacks at the young age that can make that transition the quickest, everything else then tends to slow down.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Shedeur. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
It is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Sanders. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
Sacks are drive killers. There is no greater correlation between a defense getting off the field and the ability to rush the quarterback. And when they come on 3rd down, that number just goes up.
So on 4th down, the lefty, Corey Bojorquez to punt for Cleveland. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. This returnable from inside his own 40. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Panthers offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They had the field goal on the opening drive, took the early lead. See if they can improve on that here. 3-0 our score as we begin 1st and 10. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
In order for you to be able to operate out of this 4-3 style defense, Mike, the key is your defensive tackles, their ability to penetrate, their ability to be game wreckers. That's exactly what we saw here, his ability to get back there, make the stop at the line of scrimmage, keep it to no gain.
Tremble comes in motion. On play action, he'll set up to throw. That's taken in by McMillan. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. The Panthers off to the early advantage and will return to Charlotte in a moment. Panthers football to begin this second quarter. Here's 3rd and 7 as we are ready to get back underway. He'll try and get there on the ground.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. On 4th down, Carolina going to send out Sam Martin to punt, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Browns offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. He'll get that to Quinshon Judkins. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 39-yard line. 19 yards right away to kick off this drive.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the 1st down.
He's got his man, the tight end, David Njoku. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. It's a pickup of 12. It's a Browns 1st down.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. Nice job there making that happen.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
The best linebackers at this level, Mike, they have all the physical attributes. That's a given. But it's really their instincts. It's their ability to dissect and predetermine where the ball is going before the ball is even snapped. And you could see with how fast he met the back at the point of attack, he knew exactly what play was coming.
And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. A give now to Judkins on the zone read. And he's got nowhere to go. That defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 4th down.
I know it's easy from up in the booth, Mike, but I think that's one of those zone reads where the quarterback needs to pull it and keep it himself. The defense was clearly keyed on the running back. Not much room in there. No gain.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. They'll try to throw for it with Sanders. That's incomplete. Daring ball on 4th down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on down. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick 1st down.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate. And that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
They'll stay on the ground. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. He is just gashing the defense right now. 17 more yards with that one.
Doesn't matter the level of football, Mike. If they can't stop it, keep running it until they can. And I think that's what we're seeing here on this drive. Back-to-back explosive gains on the ground. I imagine at some point the defense gives it a different look.
And he'll be out of bounds. A pickup, though, of 6.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later.
Kevin Stefanski taking exception to that last call, and he's going to throw the challenge flag. At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here. So the challenge is unsuccessful, and he's going to have to be careful here because he has just one challenge for the remainder of the game. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. I don't think I was going too far either way. Defense right on it. They hold him to no gain.
Defenses always have to make a decision, Mike. How do they want to defend the zone read? Some teams want the quarterback to keep the ball. They want the ability to tackle the quarterback. Other teams, they want it to be a give read, and that's what we saw here. They were ready for it, and they take the running back down for a loss.
And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around,
and he barrels his way into the end zone. Rico Dowdle. Touchdown, Panthers. Ryan Fitzgerald now to add the extra point. The kick is good, and the Panthers are out to a 10-0 lead. Following the touchdown, it is Fitzgerald to send this one away. He fields it at the 8. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with 1st and 10. They'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard. Remain here in this first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. From the gun, it's Sanders. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the 1st down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
3rd and 2. Now Sanders. Well, they try to go down the field with it, but it winds up incomplete. Jerry Jeudy, the intended target. And now it's 4th down.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on 3rd down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of 3rd down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll step up and run, and the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick, picking up the first down.
Mike, this is great awareness by the quarterback manipulating the pocket. He feels the pressure coming on around him, but so often the soft spot is moving up in the pocket. That's exactly what he does. Takes off down the middle of the field, picks up good yardage, and a first down.
The Panthers will take their first timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is, it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, they're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
He'll look to throw. Over the middle, he's got Leggett. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Third and a yard. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And he is going to have a Panthers first down. Able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on third and a yard.
And these are the tough yards you judge it back by, Mike. We used to say to our backs, hey, even if we don't block everyone, you've got to be your own blocker. Like, you have to find a way to get 1 yard and keep this drive alive. And I think he's able to pick up that first down by about a yard or 2.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. He'll find his tight end, Tommy Tremble. And he's going to have a first down. They get into field goal range here at the 29. Able to get loose after the catch for more yardage. That'll be a pickup of 21. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. The Panthers, they're going to burn their third and final timeout. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. Here's Ryan Fitzgerald to try the field goal. This will be a 46-yard attempt. Well, the snap, a poor one, and it's blocked. Now this is scooped up by a member of the offense. And he's going to be brought down. They passed on that field goal attempt, and they get nothing out of it as the first half comes to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone. Scott Hansen in Orlando, where it almost never snows. These two teams dealing with a light dusting, and that's expected to go on into the second half. Who handles it better? Let's go back out to the stadium and check in with our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you. Snow continuing to fall as we get set for the second half. Third quarter set to commence, and we're back underway here on EA Sports. The return starts from the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Browns offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They need to start making some inroads here, down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. There's a screen set up for Judkins. And he's going to be out of bounds, but up past the 35. They'll get 11 there, and that's a quick first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start. Well, on the back of the previous play, Mike, we saw him have some success through the air. They tried to change it up with a draw, but the defense wasn't having any of it. Didn't sell out for the pass. They're able to stop that one for a loss.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Again, it's Judkins. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. A gain there of 20. First down, Cleveland.
Well, they find themselves in a tight game here in the second half, and they're thinking, we got to get this guy going. He hasn't done much up until this point, but man, you talk about making a play when your team needed it. That's the kind of play that sparks the offense, and now see if they can finish this drive with some points. Yeah, and this play, Mike, is really just the epitome of what we've seen this entire game. They have not been able to get anything going offensively. It almost seems like they've been operating going in reverse the entire day. In this case, another run, another loss.
Out of the gun, it's Sanders. And he'll be taken down. They got him back at the 50-yard line. Derek Brown, former 7th overall selection, gets the sack there.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Now, Shador. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
At this stage of the game, things haven't been going your way, so one more mistake, it could just be too much to overcome. So a nice decision there. Just throw it away out of bounds and give your team a fighting chance.
The Browns getting their punting team out there. And this will go down as a punt inside the 20 as it continues out of bounds. The Panthers offense and running back Rico Dowdle getting set for this next drive. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with first down. Drive will start on the ground. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll stick with him again. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. It looks like we've got an injured Brown on the field. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. Second and 10. dropped to throw. It's going to be pulled in by Dowdle. And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8. They'll empty out the backfield as they come up for 3rd and a yard. And he's going to be close to that first down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a first down.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that first down himself.
Up the middle they go. And he shows off those strong legs running through one tackle. Give him a gain of 8.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense. And right now, it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and a yard. In motion comes the tight end, Evans. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
We know from talking to these coaches this week, Mike, that they think they got themselves a steal. They got this young rookie maybe a little later in the draft than a lot of people expected. And I'll tell you what, they're not complaining. They think they've got themselves a starter and a star for a long time.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. That's the second time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
In motion comes the tight end, Evans. He'll try the right side this time. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Tremble comes in motion. The RPO, this is out to Evans. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield. So that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
17 yards on that play. It's good for a Panther first down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest, and while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
And the Panthers are going to be set up first and goal. Nice run, getting them down to the 6.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, like, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had the lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game. In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on 1st and 2nd down. The last thing you want is to be in third and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Rico Dowdle. Touchdown, Carolina. Fitzgerald now for the extra point. The kick is good. Panthers move further out in front. It is now 17-0. Following the touchdown, it is Fitzgerald to send this one away. DeAndre Carter on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Browns offense getting set to get back to work. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Now, Sanders. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. It's a short throw caught by Njoku. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35. It's a gain of 12 there. It's a Browns 1st down.
And despite things looking pretty bleak at the moment, I think you got to respect the fact they're out there swinging. They're trying to pull off a double-digit comeback here in the 4th quarter.
As Shador on 1st down, he finds Judy on that one. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Judkins going to get it on the zone read. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10. 1st down, Cleveland.
And the running back's going to get all the stats and all the glory, but make no mistake about it, Mike, that was a great team effort on that run play. Everyone executing their blocking assignments to perfection. He's able to pick up a nice gain and fresh set of downs.
On throw, right side, taken by Njoku. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another 1st down. Here's Sanders to throw. In trouble, and down he goes.
You just have to have a better plan coming into the game when you're facing this sort of pass rush. You are not going to be able to sit there with long developing plays and pat the ball in the pocket. It has to be read 1, read 2, check down. Get the ball out of your hands. Protect your offensive lineman a little bit.
Sanders will throw it. To his tight end, Njoku. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Shador. He'll try to run for it, and he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. staying out there for this fourth down. From the shotgun, it's Sanders. And that is not going to work. It is incomplete. They go for it on fourth and wind up turning it over on down. The Panthers offense starting to trot out for this next possession. And a few kneel downs should do it here. Defensively, they do still have those 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll go with a counter on first down. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. A handoff as they try to run it here. And they'll stop it. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yardage, but it didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be 3rd down.
Well, they've got him going backwards now, Mike, and this is a worrying trend. We've seen it now the last 2 plays. They have to be able to generate some leverage at the point of attack. Count on positive yardage in the run game.
That is caught out wide on the RPO. And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts, but this one is about done.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
Ball security, a must in these conditions. Fair catch called for and taken without issue. So it's over. It's a win for the Panthers. They get it done to the delight of this crowd. We saw a snowball or 2 launched in jubilation as time expired. Now these fans are going to have to battle the roadways. Safe getting home, folks, but sure it was worth it after a home victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Panthers are winners, as we say so long from Uptown Charlotte.